So there's a guy to the right of me. I talked about him before. He's a piano tuner, and he wanted me to move. He wanted me to cut the lock off the bike one day, which I did. And now he's just been on the phone. He's on the phone for at least 1 fucking hour. How the fuck can people do that? Oh, here we go. Salt and vinegar. Well, it didn't say. It just says vinegar. Not like the British ones. Not as strong, but they're okay. No. How do I open this? I don't usually get these because in this shop they're not cool. They're not cooled down. They're not bad though. When I was a kid at the youth club, there always used to be like these bikers with like a some kind of can opener amongst them. And this is why, because I have to use this. Hey, they're not bad, these. I don't know. But I know last night when I couldn't find a car, there's someone fucking stolen the keys to try and get the bike later. Because they're fucking cunts. But the thing is, I've had a similar situation at home, but I don't know if this is a Japanese thing. I had 2 full sets of keys. One day they went missing. They turned up about fucking 3 months later on the front of the house, sat on something. This is Heartland, a beer you can get in Japan. Yeah, well, exactly, for that reason. But I walked from inside the warehouse to the yard so many times last night looking for that, and also today. So if they had been there, not only that, a car would have run over them. Also, I'm thinking, is there a possibility that they were on my trousers and I hadn't seen them? But it's so unlikely because they would have dropped out somewhere. And I've been alone last 2 days. And they wouldn't do anything like that. But as soon as I got the key from the truck, because I wasn't 100% sure that that was a spare key, and as soon as I fucking moved it, then the keys fucking turned up. Now that's what's fucking strange. All the time, mate, yeah. Yep. Sometimes I park the truck opposite this guy's house, and because they're fucking useless. In Japan, they have to reverse every time into their car parking space. Yep. I'll give the thumbs up to these vinegar crisps, or vinegar, as they say in Japan. These about, I think, 108 yen plus tax, maybe 115 yen, so like $1, less than $1. Now, when I was a lad in England, inside the crisps, they used to get like a little blue packet, and that was the salt inside the crisps. And you have to open the little blue packet and sprinkle it on your crisps. Them were the days. Yep, pounds, shillings, and pence. It used to be 14 pence for a pint of beer. Yeah, so I was watching something the other day, and there was this one guy at his pub, and he was charging them £2.50 a pint. I can't remember where it was now. I saw something the other day where they finally decided to take 11 pence off a pint of beer. They're just fucking destroying the only one good thing that the British had was the pub, and the politicians have fucking destroyed it. The only one fucking good thing. Yeah, it's not well. It's the keeping them warm as well, isn't it? It's eating the place because they're fucking mates that run all the fucking. But these fucking companies, they're owned by foreign fucking firms. And I think those cunts in Parliament, they get subsidised beer as well. They're cunts. Look at that little potato there. Gigaimo and vinegar. And salt. And salt as well. Yeah, I can definitely recommend those. No, I don't think Labour would be any better. They're cunts as well. All these politicians, they hate the working class. All of them. The fucking cunts. They don't give a fuck. Did you watch The Crown, the television series? And it showed you Queen Elizabeth up until about 1970, I guess. Every fucking prime minister, apart from Churchill, every fucking prime minister was useless. Every fucking one of them. There was one, he fucking gave them a job and he took off to the fucking West Indies for a holiday while he was supposed to be fucking working. Who's that fat cunt from all? John Two Jags. When he was badgering Tony Blair to be prime minister, so Tony Blair got fed up. He says, "Okay, you can be prime Prescott. Yeah, you can be prime minister." When he got the fucking job, he was complaining that it was too fucking difficult. No, sorry, I'm getting mistaken. It wasn't John Prescott. It was fucking Gordon Brown. It was Gordon Brown. But Prescott was a dodgy cunt as well. Well, he knew what needed to be done as far as the war goes, yeah. But the Indians don't like him. His son was a cunt. His own son wanted 12 million quid from the fucking government so as not to sell the fucking his papers or overseas. Let them fucking have them. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know, because I used to work down the coal mines, and I just can't remember what happened. What did he do with the coal miners? I don't know. I've never heard anything about Churchill and the coal miners. I'll have to look that up. There was some, maybe it was on Netflix, there was a documentary about Aberfan in Wales. There was a disaster in Wales, and no, that's it. I watched it on The Crown because I remember that as a kid, and none of them would fucking accept responsibility for the fucking disaster. They kept on warning them that it was fucking dangerous, and they wouldn't fucking do anything. And then it finally slipped and killed, fucking straight to the school in the village. And even years after, no one would fucking accept responsibility. This shows what cunts they are in government. That was the National Coal Board. I only watched the first series of The Crown because I like that actress from Manchester. What is it? Koya Voy, something Adoy. What's her name? She's cute. No, you can't get in. See, the way for you to get into government, and it doesn't matter. They both fucking think the same. They just want to get into government, and then the way they do that is be working for the politician, and then all they do then is just fucking kiss ass. So they get used, and now we've come to the top of the pile where everyone in government has been doing nothing but fucking kissing ass, and they just want to kiss whatever comes out. And like with this fucking new gender bollocks, they're too scared to put their foot down. It's a small, it's a this fucking transgender. It's so fucking rare, Probably less than 0.5% have a problem with this fucking gender thing. Just the way they are born. It could be a man trapped inside a woman's body or vice versa. But they're just given too much. And the same with the fucking eco rebellion cunts. Because there's no one strong enough to deal with it or who gives a fuck about it. Did you see that in London the other day? They were fucking protesting, and this guy, I don't know if it was a car driver or a lorry driver or a bus driver, and he went up to these people and just fucking ripped the sign that they got, ripped it away from them. Straight away, within fucking seconds, the police were on him. What are you doing? What's it fucking look like? I'm trying to get a fucking work, you useless bastards. And the chief of police, this fucking wimp, like if you got epaulets here on your shoulders, he's such a fucking spineless bastard. His epaulets were here. He had no fucking shoulders. His epaulets were across his chest like that. He's no fucking shoulders. And he's saying to the fucking government that they've got the right to protest. But they think, everyone's got a right to protest, but not when they're fucking everyone else's lives up. And what they're doing, they are obstructing the King's Highway. They are committing an offence by obstructing the King's Highway. They should be arrested and moved. But this fucking wanker is thinking, it's all right. They can fuck up London. They can fuck up the M25. They can fuck up the M1, the A4. They can fuck everything up. What these people need is a baseball bat round their fucking heads, without a doubt. Are you fucking serious? Is that true? Yeah, you could have hit the nail right on the head. So if you said I'm blah blah blah, my auntie's died, I can't go to that, but I can go to a Black Lives Matter meeting or protest. I never saw that. I think the only thing I could think of is they're letting it get so out of hand so they can bring in martial law as a far-fetched thing. But in Japan, you can move about. The only thing that the Japanese government said, stop going to the pubs on weekends, close the pubs early, and if you close your bar or whatever, we'll give you some money. That's it. But it didn't stop people from moving about. It was against the law. Oh, no, you know, they should get these fucking skinheads and these kids with knives in London. Go and fucking knife some of these fuckers. They said in the headlines in the Daily Mail the other day, they got 5 years. They got 5 years between two of them. They should have got fucking, what's his name? What was that guy who like played the assassin shooter in America? The sharpshooter. He ended up getting shot. They should have got one of those guys. All the fucking snipers in the British Army, and we can't fucking get one to fucking shoot them down. Yeah, I think that was a similar. Was you sure that wasn't America? It was that female swimmer. She'd become a spokeswoman. But it's so fucking obvious. What the women should have done, any group of women, like whatever the sport was, any group of women, what they should do is just refuse to compete. Just go to the event and say, we're not fucking competing. Let these fucking new men or new women compete amongst themselves. Jump in the lake, start fucking swimming, drown, you bastard. Because they've got ulterior motives. They couldn't win as a man. You've got to be mental to do that. You've got to be mental to do that. Well, they've got to do it. If they all do it together, they'll fucking, you know, these are amateurs. They're swimming as amateurs. But it's not worth that. Like that girl said, she was swimming for 18 years, and it's not worth spending all that time and dedication, and also her parents having to take her to these meets. It's just not worth it to have it snatched out of your hands by a fucking bloke. Yeah, she talked about that. That girl, she talked about it. He's fucking standing there with his fucking dick out in the fucking women's changing rooms. They should have fucking whacked it with a fucking stick. Yeah, I guess there's some girls that have been like 13, 14 and 15. But it just makes them feel totally fucking uncomfortable, you know. And they also, when they've gone to prison, they've fucking raped them. They've raped their fucking cellmates. No one's got the balls to do anything. Fuck knows what it's going to be like in 5 years' time. Unless they start taking a stand against it. It can only be that, can't it? Apparently, for this eco rebellion, whatever, the guy that started it, he's fucking left it. He's not even there now. He's fucking stirred up all this fucking shit, and he's moved. He's not in charge of it now. Can you fucking believe that? And apparently, some of these fucking protesters are getting paid from the fucking, I think one of the oil barons' fucking descendants. They're giving them money. So they've got an ulterior motive. So they say, no, it's for the thing is, it's for my grandchildren's fucking future. Well, if they're fucking massive wankers like you are, We don't want to save the world for your fucking wanky fucking children. Well, it's not necessarily the billionaires, is it? Maybe she's trying to fucking feels guilty for what her fucking grandparents did. But the thing is, we need oil. And it's not just for fucking shoving cars around. It's for fucking everything. It's for fucking everything. Because you know we use oil to fucking for the electricity. It's fucking we can't live without it. And these fucking wankers, Britain is responsible for about 1%. We need to import some fucking Chinese assassins. You know, the biggest culprits are fucking India, China, and America. But like I say, even when a guy went up, the fucking place jumped on him straight away. What they need is someone with a fucking... In the past, when people have complained, there was like a pig farmer and he was upset with someone and he just filled his fucking tanker up with fucking pig shit and just went down the street spraying everybody, spraying all the houses with pig shit. That's what we need, someone like that. Yeah, well, they can't stop. But at the moment, China, they're like got up in process now they're making their own sun. So they've got a project going on at the moment where they can create a fucking sun in a laboratory. So maybe they can save the world. You just got to fucking buy a little red book. Yeah, they already created it. They've created these temperatures. You know, it's not just China that's working on this. There's also like Europeans working on this as well. Then we'll probably sell it to the fucking Germans. How much does it cost for a pizza at the shop if you buy a pizza at the Tesco? Yeah, I'm always too busy doing other shit. I've actually been. I've got some cable. I've got some antenna cable to do it, and I've got a television camera, and I've thought about doing it. Cheap one, £3. Oh yeah, we can get it cheaper here. This 250 yen. There's some that are like 200 yen. But I'm getting the feeling though I can get a cheap one. Because sometimes they're on sale. Like so it's 160 yen, so less than £2. And then you just get your own stuff and put that on top. I think I realised what my favourite one is now: teriyaki pizza, nice and sweet. No, it's not a base. It's got margarita, for example. It's got like cheese on and things like that. And then you just got to put your own stuff on, like more cheese and mushrooms. That's putting mushrooms on and some bacon. In fact, I think the fucking bases are more expensive than the pizza. Now you when the kids were growing up, like I used to make shepherd's pie. Used to make different meals every day of the week, like English, German, Italian, Japanese, Mexican. Have a different theme every night. Now I used to have a where why I moved into this big place is I was running a cafe. I was running a cafe bar, and like I fucked up. I think the thing is, wherever you go, a lot of people when they go overseas, they have a fucking dream. I want my own cafe or bar. But in Japan, it's really cheap to do so. It's not like the fucking about. Like I did everything in it. I set it all up. Well, I see. My main job at that time was I was a priest, so I used to earn a lot of money as a priest, and so doing the bar was like a bit of fun. But the wife didn't like it, so we had a really expensive rent. Yeah, I did weddings, so I was one of the main guys in this area. Very good money. At that time, about $10,000 a month. Yeah, Christian. Yeah, it was a Western wedding. Yeah, I'm not a believer. You just go to church, but you get when you're about 11 or 12, you start to realise that it's all bollocks. So I'm a pragmatist. You watch your language, young man. Does that go down as a religious type? A pragmatist? What's your religion? Pragmatistic. As Richard Dawkins once said, no, well, at first I thought I had a bit of strange thoughts about it, but then when it's like 15,000 yen for the wedding, you fucking soon get over those thoughts. Whether you're doing the right thing. But I guess that even if people did believe in, because it was a real ceremony, but it wasn't. They weren't getting married in the eyes of God. It was just a Western ceremony, what the Japanese wanted and liked. I had one girl. She was from Brazil or Peru. Fuck, you should have seen her look when she was looking at me because she was like a real Catholic or whatever. Fucking, she never took her eyes off me. It was a bit unnerving, actually, of this young girl looking at me while she was getting married. But it was a good gig while it lasted. I have thought as well about doing I had a thing on YouTube where I was dressed as a bishop. I had a bishop's uniform, and I was considering doing gay weddings, like as a bishop. So that's I might still do that yet in the future. Don't know yet. So if anyone's in Japan and they're still watching this, I don't know what it's called. This mucho crisps, vinegar, and they're very good. Jagaimo vinegar. Yeah, if you just like type in my name and then type in any subject. So I did videos in about 6 languages, I think, 5 or 6 languages. And just type in any topic, any subject, and it'll probably come up. So still haven't got it sorted. Yeah, I was a terrible student. I should have. I was when I first came here. I was doing like 5 days a week, 4 hours a day. But if English is your first language, then it's a little more difficult to learn because you can always find someone that speaks English. Whereas if your first language is Russian and you don't speak English, then you have to pick up the language a lot quicker. Also, if you're from Pakistan or India or Turkey, it's in the same. They have the same order of how they speak, so it's a lot easier for people from those countries to learn Japanese. And on the other hand as well, the worst people at learning English are Japanese and Koreans. I think that you can learn languages. Yeah, they can't tell. I was doing this the other day at the scrapyard, and I was saying oh worry and oh wally. They cannot hear the difference. I think you can learn. Where's worry? I think you can learn languages a lot quicker, but I think also sometimes it's detrimental to your health if you do too much at once. I know someone that locked him to learn kanji. He locked it and Japanese. He locked himself in a room for 6 months, but it definitely affected his mental health without a doubt. I did it once with kanji, like for 2 weeks, just going through these books continuous, like up to 12 hours a day. You're gonna sleep. You're gonna sleep, and the kanjis are fucking floating around in your head. No, but they go together, the kanji and the because if you learn kanji, then when you're in the street or wherever you're walking about or watching TV, the kanji, if you can read it, it like just reinforces what you've learned. So it's very important to learn kanji. At first, I didn't think it was, but it is. It's very important. You got to learn kanji as well. There's someone now on Facebook telling people that you don't have to learn kanji. It's, with her way, you can learn, you can learn how to speak Japanese without the kanji. Katakana, hiragana, you can learn that in 2 weeks. That doesn't take long to learn. It's just the shape. In katakana, the lines are harder. In hiragana, the cursive. Basically speaking, for katakana, that is used for writing foreign words. See that? Yeah. See, on the one, you've got Jagaimo, and so at the beginning of that is Jagaimo, and that's in hiragana. And then it says vinegar, and that is katakana. You see how the shape's different? This in katakana, they're straighter, and cursive in hiragana. So there's 4 languages. So you've got to learn kanji, romaji, which is Roman letters, what we use, and then there's hiragana, which so that's where you can write. So you can write the language without having kanji, and then katakana, which is for like foreign words or loan words. See this? See that? That's katakana. Yeah, and you, TB. Thanks for chatting, pal. Take care. Anyone's lurkers, bye-bye to you too.